Hey y'all, it is a long, long way from living in the hood in Middletown, Ohio, living with gypsies, to sitting in a barn in Kentucky with donkeys. If you don't mind, I'm going to take you on a little journey because some of you know that my husband is a pastor and he will be retiring. We'll be retiring at the end of this year. So December 29th, I believe, is his last Sunday as a minister, as a pastor. It's been 42 years, I believe. We've been at the current church for 37 of those years, but our ministry started before that. So if you don't mind, I thought you might enjoy, and if not, that's okay. You can just keep scrolling. But I thought you might enjoy hearing about where we came from and where we've been and where we're going in the future. So stick around. I'm going to talk about all the different churches that we've been at, and you will meet some characters. I'll talk a little bit about some of the people that we've met along the way and some of the crazy experiences we've had. You'll probably laugh, and you will probably learn some things that you didn't know about us. So let me just go ahead and get started with the very first one. So I said Middletown, Ohio. Yeah, Middletown. You might have heard of Middletown, Ohio recently because Vice President J.D. Vance grew up in Middletown, Ohio. And from what I understand, he grew up kind of rough. It was a rough place where we lived in Middletown. He might have been one of the kids in the daycare center. I don't know. I don't remember him if he was, but anyway, yeah, we lived kind of in the hood. It was rough. And we lived in an old, beat up, broken down Holly Park trailer in a ratty, and I do mean ratty, old trailer park full of gypsies. Yeah, we lived with gypsies. We really did. People think I'm kidding when I say that, but no, I am dead serious. Everybody in our trailer park, most of them anyway, not everybody, but a lot of them were gypsies, and they would live there for a certain time of the year and then move on and whatever. I don't know. They were a fighting bunch of people, though, I can tell you that. It seemed like every night they were out in the street fighting about something. I don't know. But that's where we lived, and we were poor. That's why we lived there. We lived on government butter and cheese. We had a lot of grilled cheese sandwiches, a lot of macaroni and cheese. Anything you could make with butter and cheese, that's what we ate. So anyway, and my husband was hired to be the youth minister at one of the churches there. I won't go into which church and all that. I'm not going to talk about specifics like that so much, but he was the youth minister. He and I led the youth meetings. We were youth leaders. We were even in the choir. Yeah, I know that's terrifying to think about, isn't it? Because neither one of us can sing at all. So, but you know, it was a little church and they took what they could get and they got us for the choir. But youth meetings were really the primary thing. And so that's where we started. In our very first youth meeting, a fight broke out. And I do mean it was a fight. It was an all-out brawl. It was an out-for-blood, knockdown, drag-out fight between the senior pastor's daughter and one of the boys in the youth group. Now, I don't know what happened between them. I don't know what he did, what he said. I don't know, but she was out to get him, and she made a good effort at doing just that. It was a little crazy. So that was how we got started. Yeah, fist fight broke out. First youth meeting as brand new pastors. So that was where we got started. We also had probably the oldest youth member in our youth group ever. He was an older guy. I'm guessing he was in his late 70s, early 80s even. His name was Chester Cowgill. And you might know him. And if you know him, you know what a treasure he was. He was an amazing, amazing man. So Chester did not drive. He didn't have a car. He had a bicycle. And he sat in every youth meeting. He didn't say anything. He didn't do anything. He just sat there and smiled the whole time, every time. Sweetheart. He was a real sweetheart. And Chester's ministry was to youth in a little different way than what most people think. So he had a bicycle. Like I said, he didn't drive. But he would get on his bicycle and ride around Middletown, Ohio and go to businesses and collect cardboard boxes. And he would bring those on his bike. He would bring those cardboard boxes back to his house. He had a garage full of cardboard, biggest fire hazard you ever saw. But it was full of cardboard, and he would break those boxes down, and then he would tie them up and get on his bike and ride them to the recycling place where he would turn them in for money. Now, he did not use that money for himself. He used the money from those cardboard boxes to buy Bibles for the youth and for pastors too, but primarily for the youth. Now, if you can think about that, how many cardboard boxes it would take to buy one Bible? How much effort would it take to ride your bicycle around town collecting all that cardboard just to buy one Bible? That'd be a lot. At the time we were there, I think he had given away well over 1,000 Bibles to youth. Pretty special guy. Pretty special guy. I will never forget Chester. He was one of a kind, and we were all better for having him around. He was a really good guy. But that is where we started. We didn't stay there too terribly long. They found out we couldn't sing. Not just kidding. And the fight broke out. And, hey, it's all downhill from there, right? No, it was okay. But I think we were there maybe 6 months, maybe longer, maybe closer to a year. I don't know. And then we moved to Lake Charles, Louisiana. And that was a whole different culture and a whole different lifestyle, and I will talk to you about that one in the next video. So stick around and see what happened in Lake Charles, Louisiana.